The brother doesn't earn a penny. The brother doesn't know himself. Straight away, what happens? He goes back to the man, oi, mashallah, you know what, bro? Don't pick up the food for iftar. I'll do it because, mashallah, you're a married man now.
I don't know, is that really a thing? I've never seen that.
Bro, in my uni, it was, bro.
There's a really...
But do those people end up getting married? Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Marriage Stories. So, on this episode, we've got an interesting story. Does anyone want to guess what it could be?
I've seen it and I don't... To be fair, the title
you're supposed to react at the same time as everyone else. You're supposed to be hearing this.
Don't worry, you're going to get the exact same reaction because the minute I seen it, I was
You didn't read the story?
I've just seen the bold version.
Oh, the title. That's
and it's nuts. Say it. Just so everyone can see why I reacted the way I reacted.
He wants me to marry his daughter.
Yeah.
That's the title.
Wait. Oh, I didn't read it the right way.
What did you read?
Not that bad.
He wants to marry his daughter. What? What are you talking about? That's what I thought.
Oh my god. Even I was thinking, surely it's not that bad.
Bro, that's like out of scope.
That was mad thing. I was like, yeah, alhamdulillah, it's not bad.
Okay. So getting into the actual story, this brother, he's 21, he was graduating from college, and it was Eid. His father, Eid al-Adha, you know, Eid al-Adha is the big Eid. Is the Eid where we slaughter the sheep. Do you know what I mean? So they did just that. They went to distribute the meat and visit his friend, the father's friend. So this is where it starts getting a bit interesting. The father, he goes into his friend's house and he drops his son off. He's the main character, you could say, yeah? 21-year-old, just dropped him out. Boop. And his father told him, look, I'm going to go to the bathroom and come back. But he didn't come back. He just did.
Set up.
He got set up on a different... At least he didn't disappear forever. Does that make sense?
That is a mad thing.
That escalated quick, bro. At least he didn't die.
That is a mad thing.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some milk. There's a new one. I'm going to the bathroom. I have to use that one. Okay, cool. This is yeah. So after 5 minutes, his friend is obviously with his son, who's the main character, right? And he dropped a surprise on him. He goes to him, let's talk about marriage. And he immediately expressed, look, I'm 21. I'm still reliant on my father's allowance financially. So how can I possibly support an entire family? I'm basically not ready for marriage. Then to his surprise, he called in 5 of his daughters, all 5 daughters, into the room.
This reminds me of a mad thing.
What does this remind you of?
What's his name? The Irish brother. Take Me Out.
Oh, Paddy McGuinness.
Yeah.
What is this?
Allahu Alam, I don't know.
He doesn't know now. He's left his brain.
No, honestly,
it was it's like an online, like it's a TV show, like a dating show, you can say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like so it's a comedian called Paddy McGuinness. He brings through like a whole host of women, and then the guy comes down the elevator. No lie. So them ones, bro, your mind went there. Me, it went to like the whole line that we're gonna get in. Like this is, take anyone.
Before you go to the next thing,
take anyone.
Well, I'm trying to understand. So the show, they'll bring in
similar to what this.
Yeah,
they just bring in females and then one person.
It's fun.
Picks.
And why were you watching this?
This was when I was 12.
Yeah.
It was around. I was actually when I was around that age.
Nah, really?
No, I'm playing. I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot. It was good info to be honest.
It's like that, isn't it? Like a whole host of women. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
You have to pick between them. Yeah.
So this is exactly the situation. You've got 5 of his daughters. He brings them out. This guy is not messing about. He's not wasting any time. He literally brought them right out. Boom. Okay, look at them. Who you interested in? Kind of thing, right? So he says from his age to high school, elementary, primary school to a newborn.
Wait, what?
He brings a newborn up.
Wait, what?
That's mad. That's mad.
Bro.
This boy's an agent, fam. This is nuts.
It's crazy.
This is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not believable.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Don't worry, we're going to fact check soon, inshallah.
I mean, I was taken aback. I barely spoke to girls. So he was a bit overwhelmed with fear. Like, what the hell is kind of going on? He's like, what kind
Yeah.
of guy is bringing out his newborn daughter? What's going on here, mate?
That's it, man.
So he's a bit shocked, horrified.
They're trying to buy the dip.
And he's like, how can you even do this to your, how can you do this to your daughters? So he responded, and he was praising that, you're a very modest person, this, that, other, praising the brother. And he claimed he would make a perfect son-in-law. This actually happens quite often where uncles will find a brother that good and whatnot, and they would just want to grab him and marry him off straight away. Anyhow, he felt a bit trapped. He was like, yo, I'm trapped.
Can you mention the ethnicity, or is it that it's definitely not South Asian, man, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
mention
yeah. Okay, go on.
ethnicities because
Come.
then
Yeah, it makes it obvious then.
people
yeah.
start
All right.
stereotyping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyhow, he felt trapped. So he was like, you know what, let me devise a clever little plan. So what did he say? He said, okay, I know which one to choose. So he goes, which one?
The baby.
No, no.
He goes, the baby.
He goes, the newborn. No, but it's clever. You'll see why.
Because he gets out of the situation.
So he was like, okay, cool. So what he said was, you're going to just have to wait 20 years.
Wow. That's
20 years.
wow.
So he's on the waiting list.
For 20 years.
This newborn,
he's-
she doesn't
he's
even know.
bought time.
She doesn't even know what's going on. She's no idea.
That's disgusting.
But her father has just literally
Just given away.
just I don't know what possessed him to do that.
SubhanAllah. But he's just buying time, basically. He just kindly said no, in a way.
think
But
it's a ridiculous
firstly, in
situation.
this situation, you run away as far as you can. Why? Because you've got this father-in-law, so to speak, that he wants you to be his
Bit tapped.
He's already tapped, bro.
He's tapped, yeah.
So if he can do this, he can do anything. He's
I think
tapped.
the tap thing is that he's literally just
overwhelmed in terms of like how great this boy is. I just want him to be a part of the family.
we're gonna get
It's
into
kind of
that.
weird,
We're
man.
gonna
It's
get
like
into
an
that.
obsession.
Yeah, it's a bit too much, man. I think
He love bombed him.
But let's start. Let's get into the first part because it's quite a long story, right? But if we remember at the beginning, what did he say? The first thing he said was that he expressed how unprepared he was. 21-year-old. So, what makes a man ready for marriage? What age should a man be ready for marriage?
Qawiyul Ameen, two things that mention. Maybe
What
we
is
can
that?
we can talk about it in a lot of detail, but in the Quran, when we talk about the beautiful story of Musa alayhi salam and his marriage.
Okay.
And what's mentioned is, inna khayra man ista'jarta, the best of those who, ista'jar, the one who does work or toils, whatever it is. Al-qawi al-amin, these are two things. Qawi is strong, Amin is trustworthy. And we can talk a lot about these two characteristics, but strength we can understand to be himma, this determination, as well as lofty ambitions, all these, and the ability mentally, physically, all these type of things. Amin, he's trustworthy. He's sticks to his word. He does what he says as well. And this, I think, me and you, Taha, we spoke about this with the young brothers that get married at this age.
Yeah.
If he's got a solid plan and he's got a strong determination, then inshallah ta'ala, even if he's not earning, inshallah, we'll be like, okay, bismillah, we'll give you a daughter as long as you can show me you got that plan. But at 21, and subhanallah, I'll talk
So
to Zach.
should he be ready at 21?
Zach's got a very interesting perspective I'd love to hear, because obviously you, mashallah, I can say you matured very early in your age, whereas me at that age, bro, I wasn't mature. But what would you say, Zach?
I can actually attest to that. You did mature quite early. Too early. If anything. Oh, go on.
Slight disclaimer, me and him went to school together, innit? So
No, sure,
he knows parts of me that half the world doesn't know.
But what age? First, what age should a person be ready for marriage? What's the ideal age?
I don't think there is an age. I think people mature differently, genuinely.
Okay.
I think it's a variety of different things. I think the way you've been brought up is a big one. So, like, for example, what you said, it's nothing to do with me. It's to do with how my father
brought
raised
up,
me and
yeah.
how I was
Inshallah.
at home already. And I'm the oldest of three. So a lot of the responsibility that I now take into marriage, I already started at a very young age. And when I first got married, I wasn't earning crazy amounts of money in terms of, like, alhamdulillah, we always made things like make sense and work out. And a lot of that comes to barakah, but also having that like initial understanding of this is what needs to be done. And I also had, I think from my side, everything fell into place because I had my father who was the best role model.
Alhamdulillah.
What age? What age did you get married? What age did you feel like, okay, I'm ready for marriage?
For me?
Yeah, what age was it that you clicked? You know what? I'm ready.
Mentally, 20.
20.
19, 20.
19, 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
early.
What about you? What age?
See, the thing is, like, even up until the point of me getting married, I felt like I was ready, but it's different actually being married and being responsible for someone else.
That's true.
Because like you can feel like you're ready, but then you come across situations or experiences which you've never experienced before. And then,
But just to the point of just feeling ready.
Well, look, I'm a revert to Islam. My life before Islam was wild, So I wasn't ever up until I reverted.
Did you not ever consider marriage when you were not?
Up until I reverted, I never thought I was going to get married. So
Like at all, or was it like a specific age?
if you knew me before Islam, bro, you would understand. But I was never going to get married ever.
Makes sense.
So
What about you, Malik? What age?
For me, bro, it was always like, subhanAllah, when you talk about the responsibility, it's mad, man. I remember, subhanAllah, the day that I did Nikkah, like, subhanAllah, like, it felt like, if it was, I don't know, like, your brothers felt like you feel like there's burden on you, bro.
But you say qabiltu if you're genuinely God-fearing. The
Bro,
minute you say
I
that
had tears in my eyes, bro. I was like,
something funny in my Nikkah. Ustad Abdul Hakim, he gave a speech, and in the speech, he was, mashallah, he mentioned something, right? And when he mentioned it, in my mind, I was like, it's not that deep, is it, really?
No way you cried.
It really is that deep. Huh? No, I didn't cry. No, it's not deep. What he said was, he literally was like, you are going to transform. Once you finalize this Nikkah, you're going to transform to something else. Does that make sense? And it really is a transformation. And transformation in terms of responsibility, transformation in terms of the type of love that you're going to be giving and receiving, everything. And one interesting thing to lead on this conversation, inshallah, that I found when I was researching into this was the Ottoman Empire. Yeah. During the Ottoman Empire, they had a tax for single men that would reach the age of readiness for marriage, but chose not to get married. What would happen at the time of the Ottomans is, at a specific time, if, for example, let's say I reached the age of 20 and I felt like, you know what, marriage is not for me. And I work 25%, I believe, 25% of my salary would get taxed, and it would be given to someone else who is looking for marriage, who is trying to get married. So they've already got someone
actually a good system,
trying to get married. So for them, I'm not saying this is correct, but I'm saying at that time for them, they saw 20. This is, you need to be married, or you need to at least be looking for someone to get married.
I do think putting a number on it is like case by case.
It's difficult,
Case by case. Because brother, no offense in it. I've seen people 26, 27, 28, all the way up to their 30s, bro. You can tell, sorry, you're not ready in it.
You're not ready, man.
Zero. The way your mind is, where you spend the majority of your time, what you do.
Yeah. And can I say particularly men as well? Like generally speaking, men mature a lot later as well. Like also we're valued for different things like experience, leadership, like what you've done and how you're able to lead. And subhanAllah, not only that, but biologically as well. We do have different clocks. There's no doubt about that, right? So I say Zach's completely right when it comes to certain men, maybe even 30s, a bit early for them. But I would say for me personally, like 25, 6.
But I do think there is a phenomenon out there now where marriage is seen as like an achievement. Which is,
I think it's a drought we have here.
Oh, how do I can say that?
Like a drought.
Like a drawback.
Drought. I'm losing my English. Drought. We've got a marriage drought.
No. Yeah, cool. But
actually, you know what? That adds up to what you're saying.
I need stats, bro.
Because if there's a marriage drought,
I need stats.
If there's a marriage drought, then getting married would be more of an achievement.
No, but what I'm saying is, I've also seen that sometimes, I'm only speaking from the brother's perspective, innit? I've seen guys that demand them, like they seek that in order to say, I am this.
100. Can I just say, Zach, 100. This was the issue that I had.
And that's becoming a problem.
This is the issue that I had, bro. Like personally, so I was, in ISOC days, universities, bro. Like, so I don't think I was ready, man. But what kind of maybe pushed me towards, and a lot of brothers were pushed towards it because like, akhi, mashallah, you're a good looking brother. Like you got fitna around you, get married. The brother doesn't earn a penny. The brother doesn't know himself. doesn't know what his goals are, doesn't know what his 5-year plan is. What does he do? He tries finding a sister who's also in the same zone and believes that straight away. What happens? He goes back to the man, oi, mashallah, you know what, bro? You got married, you should lead. You know what, bro? Don't pick up the food for iftar. I'll do it because, mashallah, you're a married man now. Like, you see all these little things.
I don't know if is that really a thing. I've never seen that.
Bro, in my uni, it was, bro.
There's a really...
But do those people end up getting married?
Yeah. And this is where the problem is.
And did they end up divorcing?
Very difficult.
Because, do you know what it is? There's actually somebody who I currently work with. I say he's an amazing man. He's old enough to be like my dad, innit?
Yeah.
Like he's got like his son is my age, and one of the things that he said to me was, marriage now is seen as a trophy to show off in front of everyone, and that's becoming a problem.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's maybe in certain
bubbles.
Circles and all that.
I'm not familiar with this, so I can't comment. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know.
Every time I see,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in it, but maybe that perspective is. It's completely different to what you're saying.
I'm sure in some circles it's the truth, but I've seen, say for example, on social media of like couples posting videos, everyone's like obviously you get some positive comments, but you get a lot of negative comments, and it's not from the Islamic perspective. It's just like, oh, how come, bruv? I saw a couple post a video of their baby. People were saying, oh, stop showing off your sex trophy. The way that people view families and marriage and all that is very negative now. Very, very negative.
I agree with that. The other point, I don't know much about it. I'm not familiar with it, so I can't really comment on it.
Yeah.
So, with this scenario that we've obviously looked at, this uncle, the reason why we can kind of understand why he was really pushing this young man to get married to one of his daughters is because he found a good man. Good men are rare. They're not everywhere.
That rhymes.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, good men are rare, good people are rare nowadays, unfortunately. Yeah. So, where do you find them? Where do you find a good man, a good person, or a good sister, for example?
I was asked this a few times, because one of the things that I got into randomly, Yahya, was to be a wakil for 2 sisters. So
what's that?
A wakil, so a wali who's appointed, who's not related to them, but it's out of necessity because the imam that was there, he was, subhanAllah, wasn't helping with the communication. So anyway, I was asked this a few times, subhanAllah. I think what I said was that you will find practicing brothers in the masajid, right? And the masajid can play, and they should play, and they have played a very significant role in community building, community fostering that community kind of feeling, as well as promoting kind of, brothers to meet each other. And also for the brothers to be active and be like, hey, my daughter, I'm looking for my daughter, I'm looking for my sister, whatever it is, and then talking openly as well. So masajid is one place, but then here's the issue. And I'll talk about from my own experience. Certain masajid you go to, the brothers who are unfortunately in the masjid have hardly any focus in terms of career and doing what is actually a fard upon them, which is to be what we call the fard is obligation upon them, which is to be the qawam, that leader. They're not earning much. They're in the masajid because they don't have jobs, a lot of them. Yeah. So the question should be, where do you find practicing brothers who are also upon the deen? I would say, Wallah alam, man, I think it's certain, maybe Islamic societies or this type of stuff, but really and truly at the end of the day, it's through community, man. 100%. You can vet it through your uncle, auntie, whoever it is. Tap into the community, man.
And also by being good yourself.
Yeah.
Good people find good people. If I'm working on myself, shout out to Yahya, self-development, if you need to develop yourself, inshallah ta'ala, work on yourself. But if you are actually sincerely working on yourself, you're developing yourself as a person, as a Muslim, as a human being, you will be in high demand. People are going to say, just like this brother, he didn't ask for it, but obviously it was not an ideal situation, but it's there. Does that make sense? Like it's these people are going to find you and they're going to be like to you, yo, listen, I know a good sister. Or if you're a sister, I know, mashallah, you're a good sister. I know a brother that I think you'd be compatible with. Does that make sense? Not that you're a sister, but as in if it was a sister, right? It's the same thing. If you're a good person, you'll find a good person, inshallah.
One of them, right? Are you a good person? That's the question. Work on yourself, what you can do.
That is the question. Okay, so that's the story. Do you want to pick just any card, inshallah ta'ala, from the Zawaj cards?
Any card.
Okay, so who in the relationship has more rights over the children?
Oh, that's a long one, so we don't have much time for that one.
Yeah,
But
shall
what do
I
you
pick
think?
I'll say this.
we'll
Do
go
one
with
word.
One word. Go on.
Mother.
Mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Click up, mother.
regardless.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. We know what Zach thinks.
Ummuk thumma. Your
The
mother,
mother.
then your mother, then your mother.
What do you think?
Yeah, mother.
The mother.
Oh, here we
More
go.
rights over the child. Yeah, we'll leave my one for the next time. Yeah. I need to see some stats. I need to see some stats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just say one thing, actually, like in terms of, one very important point for the brothers is that your father has access to your income, man. Whatever is yours is your father's. And fathers play such a pivotal role, man. There's a book called The Boy, what's it called? The Boy Problem, something like that, whatever it is. It's the fact that without a father, man, we lost ourselves. We don't know who we are.
100%.
SubhanAllah. So don't forget that, of course, our mothers are our everything.
100%.
Ummi hayati wa jannati. Like your father is your dunya as well, and your akhirah. Yeah.
And with that, we conclude this episode of Marriage Stories. See you in the next one, inshallah ta'ala. That's it.